Today guys, we're going to be looking at my top 5 episodes of the amazing cartoon Rick and Morty. Wubba dubba dub dub. Get some of that parkour! Hey there nerds, today I'm doing a top 5 video. I normally do top 10s, but I thought I'd go with top 5 for this particular subject. And it's a subject, a franchise, a show that I've wanted to talk about for some time on my channel. This year, I've just come across it this year, a bit late getting into it. But it's brilliant. And it is, of course, Rick and Morty. What a cartoon, amazing, so good. And what I think I like most about it is that it's a very loosely based from Back to the Future. That's where they've got the idea to begin with of a scientist and a kid, and it couldn't be any different from Back to the Future if they tried. But I just love it, absolutely love it. It's so funny, it's ridiculous. It's it's rude, it's funny, it's violent, and just plain weird. So yeah, so I thought I'd do my top 5 episodes from the show, from all 3 seasons. There might be spoilers if you haven't watched all 3 seasons. I'll try my best not to, but I can't guarantee it. So we're going to go through, I've got my notes, we're going to go through episodes from 5 to 1, we'll go. Okay, so number 5 is the episode Look Who's Purging Now, and that's from series 2 and it's episode 9. So basically Rick and Morty end up on this planet where they purge, but obviously based on the movie The Purge. They basically, this planet, one night of the year, they purge, and any crime goes. If you've seen the film, you know the premise. And yeah, they end up helping this little girl who then backstabs them, and they end up with no portal gun, no ship, nothing. They're just stuck there during this purge. They've got to try and survive. They end up sending a beacon to Beth, who sends them this package, and it ends up to be these like mech suits that make them super powerful, and they go around killing everyone. And Morty starts off, he's very anti-purge, he doesn't want to do this, and Rick's really into this killing people. Morty's against it, and then they come across this guy in a lighthouse, and Morty just pushes him down the stairs in a rage. And then from there, Morty literally loses the plot with this mech suit, just starts killing people, threatening Rick. It's hilarious. And in the end we find out it's basically like the rich people on this planet are the ones that are causing this purge. They're hidden away in their little manor house during the night. Much, I guess, like the Hunger Games, I guess that's supposed to be like. But yeah, a really funny episode. I really like that episode. It's more Morty's flip out that makes me laugh the most in that episode. At number 4, it's the episode Meek Seeks and Destroy. It's from season 1 and it's episode 5. So basically in this episode, Morty's basically fed up of all these dangerous adventures that Rick's taken him on. And so he wants to be in charge of an adventure for once. While they're gone, Rick leaves a Meek Seeks box with the family to try and solve the problems that they need him to do. He basically summons these little creatures called Mr. Meek Seeks. It basically will do your task for you, and then it will evaporate, disappear, it will die in a puff of smoke, whatever. But basically, Jerry, being Jerry, gives them a task that is not massively possible, and that is to improve his golf game, and clearly he's not very good. And this becomes very frustrating for the Meek Seeks, who don't like to exist for very long. They all become frustrated, they keep making more of themselves to try and help him, and we basically get a whole load of suicidal, maniac Meek Seeks going on a rampage. There's also a very disturbing scene in this one on Rick and Morty's adventure. This grey jelly bean king guy tries to rape Morty in the bathroom. And I don't like, my channel's, you know, kid friendly. But I don't normally talk about things like this. But yeah, there's like a really disturbing scene in the bathroom with this jelly bean guy. And, you know, this show's got a lot of dark humour in it. So, you know, it's okay to laugh at these things in this show. And yeah, that's a very weird scene. It's quite funny as well, in all honesty. It's very odd. But yeah, again, another episode. Mr. Meek Seeks, fantastic. Love that character. Yeah, mainly these episodes are the ones that my favourite characters that pop up in. A lot of my favourite characters from the show aren't the regular characters. They are the odd ones that just pop up in an episode. Okay, in at number 3 is the episode Lawnmower Dog. Title, I guess, coming from the film The Lawnmower Man from the 90s. That came from season 1 and it was episode 2. Okay, so basically in this episode, Rick makes a contraption that goes on top of the dog Snuffle's head to make him smarter by the request of Jerry. Rick and Morty go on some sort of Inception type dream walking thing into Morty's math teacher's head, basically just to get Morty better grades. While they're gone, Jerry's teaching the dog to do certain things. The dog becomes very intelligent, probably more so intelligent than the family. Basically tries to start to take over the world by building himself a mech suit and recruiting other dogs, and even wants to make have a human pet, and in the end wants Morty to be his human pet. But yeah, he calls himself Snowball because Snuffles was his slave name, and yeah, clearly Snuffles and Snowball was a massive difference there. A fantastic episode where they're delving into dreams, and as they're in the dreams of the maths teacher, they then delve into another character in his dreams, until they come across a character called Scary Terry, who is a massive play on Freddy Krueger. He's got a couple of things swinging from his chin, but I won't say what they are. I'd like to keep my channel PG. Yeah. Scary Terry is another one of my favourite characters. I love Freddy Krueger, so that's why mainly, I guess, but it's quite funny. Yeah, and that whole dream within a dream within a dream within a dream sequence is quite a funny part of that episode. Okay, in at number 2 is Total Recall. That's from season 2 and it's episode 4. Basically in this episode there's a parasitic alien type creature that's infested its way into their house. It starts off where this brother of Jerry's there and Rick shoots him in the head and they're like, "Whoa, why are you killing our uncle?" And he's like, "He's not your uncle." And they basically implant their memories into the people around them, and then therefore they keep creating more characters within memories to basically how they multiply these parasitic things until they take over a planet. So Rick puts the house on shutdown, all these metal shutters on the outside. Basically after all these zany characters start appearing, and they basically have to try and kill these parasites and not let these characters keep appearing. Mr. Poopy Butthole is a character that pops up in this episode, and you know, is he or is he not made up? We don't know until the end. It's a hilarious episode. The scene where they just go on a massive killing spree of all these zany characters is quite funny as well. Okay, so in at number 1 is the episode Pickle Rick, and that's from season 3 and it's episode 3. So basically, Rick turns himself into a pickle just to get out of family therapy, and it is hilarious how he goes. Basically, the cat knocks him into the street, and then he goes. It gets dry, and it rains, and he washes into the sewers. He then comes across like a bug and kills the bug by biting its luring it with the brine and biting its head off. Then he basically uses its brain to operate the bug's body so he can then move around. Then he sets traps for the rats. Kills these rats, takes the bones and muscles and makes himself some sort of like rat bone suit so he can move, and then he basically ends up in some sort of like a Bond villain's type character's lair. All these henchmen are trying to kill him and hunt him down. Some absolutely hilarious moments in that one. He makes like weapons out of like box cutter blades and screws, and it makes a laser out of batteries. They unleash this character called Jaguar to hunt him down, and there's like a a little battle sequence between them. It's such a brilliant episode. The Pickle Rick character is already kicking off. Everyone's like, "Pickle Rick, and get that parkour!" Amazing, hilarious, just brilliant. Love that episode. Definitely my favourite. Can't wait for the Pickle Rick Funko Pop to come out. I'm gonna get that. Cannot wait for that. Okay guys, that's my top 5 Rick and Morty episodes. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy Rick and Morty. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, give it a like, hit that button. Leave some comments in the comment section below. Do you like Rick and Morty? What are your top 5 episodes from Rick and Morty? Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Who are your favourite characters from Rick and Morty? Let me know in the comment section below. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to my channel. I do lots more nerd related videos. Check them out. Hit subscribe if you enjoy, and don't forget to hit the little bell notification button, which will notify you when I upload my latest video. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Wabba dubba dub dub. Pickle Rick!